Tonight is one of my favorite nights, which is Monday nights, and it's my favorite night because we go crazy and have like call after call after call after call Monday night. So Monday morning is basically me trying to tone myself down so that I can get all the energy saved up for the evening time. But tonight's gonna be really fun. I see we have people hopping in. So I have a few announcements before we get started. Number one, the retreat. We shifted Diamond Bound virtual and we're doing a retreat in Kansas City. If you haven't seen the details on that, it is going to be legit. So go check it out. I have not even started promoting. I have just announced. Actually, that's not true. I messaged a few people privately last night, but I have not even started really promoting it because I want people who are plugged in to be there. And I also want people who are brand new, but like excited. And so we have 75 spots. I think when we announced it, I think we're down to like maybe 30 left or something like that. So they are going kind of fast. And so if you have people in your team that you want to come, check out the details. And I had another announcement, and honestly, I cannot remember it. So we're just going to move right on. And tonight, I am so thankful we get to hear from my friend Christie Rose. Christie and I have gone way back, and gosh, she's just one of those people who pushes me in a way. She gets me, and I get her, and we push each other, and she really pushes me right now in this season a lot because her team is in a season of massive momentum. And let me tell you, it is so important to surround yourself with people who are moving faster than you. And Christy, thank you for letting me always be in your room or wherever you are, because having you in my circle, it not only inspires me to do more and be more and really just elevate my pace of play, but also is just like so encouraging on so many levels. So thank you for taking a night out of your month that you're going to hit Crown and coming to us. It means a lot. And I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to spotlight your video and let you go for it, girl.
All right. Thanks, Bethany. You guys are awesome. You have such a good leader in Bethany. She is amazing. She's one of my favorites. I actually met her on like my first ever Young Living event, which was the cruise to like Belize, and she, I believe, hit diamond the next month, and I was like, she is literally an infant and she is hitting diamond. Like, how is this possible? Like, how is she so young and amazing? And so I instantly loved her, and I saw her do karaoke and I loved her even more. But you have an amazing leader in Bethany. So a little bit of my story. So my name is Christie Rose. You can follow me on Instagram, simply Christie Rose. My journey started about 4 years ago with Young Living. I'm 32. I have 3 beautiful children. I've been married for 8 years. And I never thought I would do an MLM. So I grew up in an MLM family. Like my mom did Mary Kay when I was young. And I remember going to her parties and things like that. And then when I was 18, my older brother started in a company called USANA, and he rose all the way to the top. Like his biggest year, I think he made, I don't know, $700,000 that year or something, which was a lot for that company because their compensation plan wasn't nearly as good as Young Living. In Young Living, we built 6 legs. He built 42 legs. Like, insane. Like, he was phenomenal. And so I watched him. I supported him. I was actually the girl at his events who would check everyone in and sell his CDs. And it was like the big joke that like Christy gets all this training and she gets to be brothers or sisters with, you know, Jordan. But she doesn't seem to want to do it. And the reason why, guys, is lots of reasons. I'm going to talk about it in a second. But for me, it wasn't that I didn't believe in network marketing. I just thought there was only one way to do it, and that was the way my brother did it. And my brother is someone who gets asked to speak at GoPro and, you know, knows Tony Robbins personally and all these things. And so I just assumed that because I wasn't like him, I couldn't be successful. And so that was a lie that I told myself. So I had a need. When my daughter, she's now 5, was born, I ended up with a C-section, and her gut was not healthy at all, and she developed full body eczema. And I have always been natural minded, but I didn't really know about oils. I was always about supplementing with, you know, good vitamins, good diet. I understood like sleep. I understood toxins. And so I would try to not use toxic products. I just didn't really know about Young Living. So a friend told me about Young Living and told me that it could help her with her skin because she had full body eczema. And so I said, yeah, definitely. I will try a sample and I will start researching it. So I ended up researching it thoroughly because I only want the best. And I found out about doTERRA. I found out about some of the other young essential oil companies. And I saw that Young Living had the seed to steel promise. They had their own farms. And I was like totally sold. Now, here's the kicker. You guys are going to be like, what in the world? So the girl who sent me the samples, I did not sign up on her team. Okay, I always get kind of like, I feel bad about that. But the reason why was I immediately knew when I read everything about Young Living that I wanted to do the business. And I knew that it was important that I would have systems, that I would have graphics, that I would have someone to train me. So I literally went onto Instagram. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see I have a decent sized following. And so I loved Instagram from before Young Living, and I was good at it and I know how to network on there. And so I wanted to find someone who was good at Instagram. So I literally went through the Young Living hashtag and I found Danielle Berklio, who is now a Royal Crown Diamond. She was a senior star at the time. I loved her photos. So I messaged her and I said, tell me about your team. Tell me about your resources. Tell me all the things. And I had posted on my social media that I was interested in Young Living. So of course I have Crown Diamonds reaching out to me, Platinums reaching out to me. Well, I decided to sign up with this senior star because I liked what she had to offer. And I felt like she was going to be able to give me what I needed to succeed. So I had a very strong idea of what I wanted from day one. So I don't say this in a braggy way, but I was kind of Danielle's dream builder because she never had to do anything for me. Like I got plugged into her resources, but she didn't have to do anything for me. I just signed up and I took off. So I went from 0 to platinum in 9 months. And so she had all the volume, and just while I was building the volume, she built her other legs. And so she hit every rank like 1 or 2 months before me. And then I ended up hitting diamond 17 months into the business. And that month she hit crown. And now she's a Royal Crown Diamond. And so I learned very early on that obviously the best part of this business is duplication. Like when I look at Danielle and how she posted a photo and used a hashtag, she was very quick to answer my questions. She was very quick to show me that she would have the resources for me to use and to plug into. I was sold. So I know that when someone talks to me, I need to make sure that I have what they would need to succeed, because there aren't a lot of people out there who will just naturally go from 0 to diamond, right? But if you do have a person who messages you that would go from 0 to diamond, you want to be the person that they want to sign up with. So, you know, Bethany did a little live video for my team about likability. It is so true. Being likable, being someone who sees the value. So I follow something called the 3 S's. This would be huge for your business. I actually learned this from the #1 income earner in Modere. It's called the 3 S's. So number 1 is C, and I do this every single day. Every single person I talk to, I look at them and I see the goodness in them. Okay, she's really good at social media. Ooh, she's really good at talking to people. Ooh, she's very, very good at being consistent. So I try to notice what I love about everyone, okay? The second thing I do is I go and I say it to them. So I am constantly complimenting people as I see them, as I talk to them. And then what I do is I talk to them about how those skills would help them to be successful in Young Living. So my first builder I ever enrolled, she had an Etsy shop. And we had never met in person. I had talked to her maybe 3 times, and I had made a list of everyone I thought would be good at the business. And I reached out to her. And I had never made a paycheck or anything at this point, guys. I had only signed up my mom. And I reached out to her and I told her all the things I saw. I was like, girl, look at you. Like, you're amazing at social media. You're so consistent. You have an amazing shop. I said, how's the shop been going for you? And she was like, you know, it's going pretty well, but the overhead cost, the amount of work it takes, it's just a lot. And I said, okay, well, I just learned about this new opportunity. And honestly, I think you would be incredible at it. And I would love to tell you about it. Would you want to hop on a call and hear about it? And she said, yeah, sure. Why not? So we got on a call. I showed her the income disclosure. I told her, so this is the top rank. It's called Royal Crown Diamond, and I'm going to get there. And I need 6 people to get there with me. And so I said, would you like to be one of my like frontline people and learn this with me? I said, I'm brand new. I can't show you a paycheck, but I can show you where I'm going. And she just hit 100,000 OGB last month. She hit gold, I think, a year after she started. So she said yes, she got her starter kit. And then that's what I did. So guys, I had my 6 legs set within 6 months. So when I hit diamond, I've always had my legs set before I've had the OGB. So last month I ended at 600,000 OGB. But this month my legs will be set for Royal. So I have 3 legs over 100. I have my 4th leg around, it will be about 80. And then my 5th leg's at 40. And then my 6th leg will be over 35 as well. And the reason why I think that is because I got my builders set up right away. So I literally went and asked people to be one of my 6. So if you don't have your 6 legs yet, make your list and go ask, go find them and show them where you're going, and have the confidence. And the biggest thing is you have to be confident in 5 things. So number 1, you have to be confident in your product. This is why it's so important that you're a product of the product. If you're not drinking the Ningxia, if you're not using the supplements, if you're not using the oils, you don't have a strong enough belief in the products. I had such a testimony with the products that my belief is up here. It's like I can't stop talking about it because I had such a testimony. Second is you need belief in your company. I love Young Living. I trust Young Living. I think Young Living is going to be around for the rest of my life. I believe that it's going to be an income that I get to give to my kids. I trust the integrity of the company. I trust the corporate side of the company. I trust our company is a good company. I trust the compensation plan is the best. Like I trust the company. And so having belief in the company is the second most important thing. The third is that you have a belief in the industry. You have to believe that network marketing is a gift. Direct sales is a gift. I cannot think of anything I would rather do than be a part of direct sales and a part of a network marketing company. I'm like, I get to be my own boss. I get to set my own hours, yet I don't have to do any of the shipping. I don't have to do all of the, behind the scenes website work. Like, what? I just get to be the middleman and take care of my people. Like that is the best thing ever. So belief in the company is huge, and the industry. Okay, the 4th thing you have to have is you have to have belief in yourself. And I preach this all day long. What comes out of your mouth is so important. If you say things like, I'm not a high end roller, well, guess what? You're not going to be a high end roller. If you say, I'm not good at social media, you're not going to be good at social media. And let me tell you from experience, you can be good at whatever you want to be good at. You can learn anything. You can become better at anything. And so you have to be willing to do the work, the personal development, ask questions, learn from people. You have the power. And so people say to me, I'm just not good with people. I'm introverted. Well, you guys probably can't tell by me talking right now, but I am very introverted. I am introverted, but I become what I need to be successful in this business. So yes, do I still like to take my time to go on a walk alone? Do I still like to sit in my room for 20 minutes and reflect? Yes, I do. That's how I gain energy. But I don't let the idea that I'm introverted keep me from having relationships. I don't let it hold me back, because I have a goal and a place where I want to go. And so I'm going to become whatever I need to be successful. So when I am not naturally gifted at something, I don't say the words, I'm not good at this. I say, I have the skills to become better at XYZ, and I name it. I will be better at this. I will be better at that. And I'm constantly going to my upline and asking her, what can I be better at? What can I do better? Tell me what I can do better. And it's funny. She always says, no, you're doing great. I'm like, nope. Tell me what I can do better. You got to tell me something I can do better, because I know that I'm not a Royal Crown Diamond yet. So there's something I can do better. So tell me what it is. And then she'll kind of just be like, okay, well, maybe you could work on this. And I'm like, yes. And then I don't take that as an insult. I go and I actually work on it. And then I'll ask my husband, what do you notice? You hear me talk all day long. What can I do better? Okay, the third S is schedule it. So you see it, you say it, and you schedule it. So like with Nels, my friend who had the Etsy shop, I then said, let's get on a call and let's talk about it. And so I didn't say, well, let me know if you're ever interested. No, 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 no. Let's talk at this time. Like, what time works for you? I'm putting in my calendar and we're going to talk at that time. The sooner the better. So here's another thing I'm going to tell you guys. I never say no unless I physically cannot. So for instance, I am growing my sixth leg. And the only time this girl could do a dream call was Sunday night at 10 p.m. So guess what I said? Yes. Yes. I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond. The answer is yes. I will come and I will do a dream call at 10 p.m. And so for me, that's been my motto all along. When I'm in a season of running and I'm in a season of growth, I am yes, 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 yes to everything I can say yes to, without compromising my family or my children. And honestly, evenings are where I sacrifice my me time, I guess you could say. I don't watch Netflix and I don't do a lot. I put my kids to bed and then my husband does his work and I do my work, and I work very, very hard in the evenings. You know, the only time I would say no would be if I physically could not do it. And if I can't, I will list a million other times when I can. So being a yes person is really, really important. So schedule it and actually make it happen. So if you have not done this yet with your current downline, you need to do the 3 S's with every single person in your downline. What do you see about them? Go say it to them and now schedule a call where you can actually talk about how those things can come to be. Man, you would be a really, really great leader. I can tell how caring you are, how loving you are, how passionate you are. Man, you could lead an amazing team. Let's get on a call and talk about how we can make that happen for you. Man, you're really good at social media. I think you would be really good at enrolling and getting people to come into Young Living, and you'd be able to win the trips because you'll notice I'm like noticing things like they're an Enneagram 3. I can tell they're an achiever. So you're kind of learning your people and talking about what's going to motivate them. I am someone very motivated. I wake up every single morning and I look at my Bora Bora points. Like I just do because I'm motivated by it. And it's not even that I'm in competition with anyone else. I just have a goal to see how high I can actually get. And that's enjoyable for me. That's motivating for me. But maybe for you, you're motivated by seeing how many people you can help with their health. Maybe you're motivated by seeing how many people you can encourage them in their day. So find your motivation. Okay, so let me talk about how I've drastically changed my numbers. So a little bit of my story is I went from 0 to diamond in 17 months, like I said, and then afterwards, I moved overseas. So something that my husband and I are passionate about for us is our ministry. That's very, very important to me, and that's one of my big whys of why I actually started Young Living. So we moved overseas for a year, and while I was there, I was on a completely different time zone. And so I intentionally went to part-time hours. So I still managed my business. I never lost my rank. I still, checked in with my team, but I wasn't in a season of hustle, and that was intentional. And then I got pregnant. I came back. I had a baby, and I was very intentional with my postpartum time as well. So when I decided to start running again, for about 2 years, my numbers were in the 300,000s, which was great. I was maintaining diamond easily. My team was great. We all were getting really great paychecks. And so what happened was, I'm going to get to the number 5. What happened was when I decided to start running again, it was about around March or April this year. I was starting to talk to my husband about being in a season of hustle and growing for Crown Diamond. And we know that when we hustle, we are like all in. Like my husband and I, we get on the same page. If you're married or you're in a relationship, I think it's very, very important to be on the same page. Because for me, when I work. Like I probably work 14 hours a day. And that means my husband is helping a lot with cleaning. He's helping with the kids. He's helping in areas that maybe I'm normally taking care of when I'm not in a season of hustle. So being on the same page is key. So what we decided was we were going to start hustling the end of April, and we're going to hustle all the way through November. So my goal was to hit Crown by October. And so my numbers have doubled. So we went from around 315,000 in February to 600,000 OGB in June. So let me tell you, the first thing I did was I made an entire list of every single builder on my team, every single one, and there are a lot. And I reached out to every single one. So in my first 3 weeks back in my hustle season, I Zoomed with over 100 people. Okay. And what I did was I came up with a system. So the number 5 pillar is that you have a belief in your system. And so I'm actually the one who helped come up with all of these Zoom classes. And so a lot of the other diamonds are doing it. And I'm very big on like Team Young Living, let's all succeed. And so I shared this in the Grow group that I came up along with 2 of my leaders, this idea of these Zoom classes. So Monday night for us is the new to oils. Wednesday night is like all things Young Living, where we pick a topic. And then Thursday night is our business calls. And so I came up with this system, and I cast that vision individually to every single builder on that Zoom call. I said, hey, I'm in a season of hustle. I'm going from now till November. This is what it's going to look like. These are our classes. These are our Zoom links. This is what we're going to do. I want to know if you want to run with me. And if so, what is your goal and what are you willing to do? So what happened was I got every single builder to be like, yes, 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 yes. So they understood the system. They understood what we were doing. And we all got into this season of hustle and this mindset of hustle. And so that's how we were able to go from 300,000 to 600,000 in 3 months. Because it takes massive momentum. Meanwhile, when I wasn't in a season of hustle, my team enrolled somewhere between 150 and 250 people in a month. The last 3 months, we have enrolled 900 people every single month. So literally our enrollment skyrocketed, because the other thing I said on every single one of my Zoom calls is the number one thing you need to do until you are a Royal Crown Diamond is you need to enroll. That's it, guys. It's enroll. You need to talk to people and you need to dream call. You need to talk to people and you need to dream call. And if you're not doing those 2 things, that's probably why you're not growing. And so I enrolled 13 people last month. Am I someone who enrolls hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every single month? No, I'm not, you know, I'm not someone who's ever enrolled hundreds, but when I put my mind to it, even as someone who's very busy doing all of these other Zoom calls, I took my own advice and said, if I want to grow my business, I need to be enrolling. And so I have 107 points for Bora Bora. I'm the 2nd highest on my team, and I have every intention of being number 1 on my team. And the reason why is because I know the better I do and the harder I work, the harder my team works. Because my team is motivated by seeing me be consistent. So you should have the same mindset about your business and your team. You're the one who shows up first. You're the one who goes to bed the latest. You're the one who puts in the effort, because your team will model what you do. When you work hard, they work hard. If you're not working hard and you're not enrolling and you're not showing up to Zoom calls and you're not showing up, why are they going to show up? And so I know in a season of hustle that if I really want to be successful, I need to be doing everything I'm telling them to do. So when I say work on this, you better believe I'm working on that. And so make sure that what I tell my girls to do is make a list of who your dream builder is, like what are the attributes, and then I want you to be that first. So if you want your builder to be this way, and this way, I want you to look at yourself and say, am I doing those things? And I want you guys to know that there isn't a specific way. You don't have to do it exactly the way I do it, because your life is different than mine. I have a girl on my team. She's about to hit gold. She's phenomenal, but she is a single mom and she works full time. So her day looks different than my day. But believe me when I say that girl has less hours than I do to work, yet she puts in the maximum amount of effort, same as I do. She makes it work because her why is great enough. She figures out how in her 15 minutes to really do a good job. And she knows that it's all about talking to people and dream calling. And so dream calling is what I said. It's the 3 S's. You see them, you say it, you schedule it, and you cast the vision of what this business could mean for them. Okay, so another thing is I always tell my team to whatever work you're doing, I want you to think about whether or not it is actually going to produce growth in your business. Is sitting there figuring out how to make a graphic on Over for 2 hours a good use of your time? Probably not. Is talking to people for 2 hours a good use of your time? Always. Always. If it comes down to, shall I work on this graphic or should I talk to people? The answer will always be talk to people. Okay, feeling personally attacked. I love it. We have a joke. I do these calls for my team called A Kick in the Pants with Christie Rose. And these are the types of things I say because I know what people do. It's like, I am going to work 3 hours on perfecting the perfect welcome package. And I'm like, well, great. Who are you going to send it to? Because if you're not talking to people, you're not going to have anyone to send it to. And I would rather send like a really not super pretty welcome package to 20 people than send a really nice one to 1 person. And let me tell you, I am not a graphic designer. I'm not an expert at that. So what I do is I just straight up tell people. I also don't act like a know-it-all. When people come to me and they're like, okay, well, what do I use for this? I'm like, hold on. I'm going to actually go find out your answer for you. I will be right back. Even as an almost crown diamond, I never act like I have the answer. I show people duplication. In order to do this business, you don't have to be a graphic designer. You don't have to perfectly word things. You don't have to look like a supermodel. You don't have to have the perfect house. You don't have to have any of that. And so when you're doing something, I want you guys to realize that whatever you're doing, the people who are watching you are thinking that that's what they're going to have to do to be successful. So what you're doing better be duplicatable. Because if what you're doing they can't do, they're going to tell themselves, I can't do what she does. And so I make things as easy as possible. Okay. I'm not overly fancy, and I'm purposely not overly fancy because I want anyone to do this. My joke with my team is every time I've hosted an in-person party, do you know what I have for my parties? I have Costco nuts and bottled water, because anyone can go to Costco or Walmart or Target and pick up a little bucket of nuts with some water. If I have a whole spread, people are going to be like, oh, I can't host parties. I can't do a spread like that. I'm like, well, you surely can go buy a bucket of nuts and some water because anyone can do that. And so I'm purposeful in that, guys, of making things as duplicatable as possible. And so that's all I have for you guys. I would love for you to follow me on Simply Christie Rose. You can see how I share on a daily basis. And I encourage you to simplify things. I encourage you to come to what Bethany has for you, plug into her systems, and I encourage you to do the 3 S's, talk to people, see them, say it, schedule it, and actually believe in yourself and your ability to do this. I would love to stay longer, but I actually have to go do my own Zoom in 2 minutes, and that's why I'm getting off.
Thank you so much, you guys. Before she hops off, unmute yourself, yell out a thank you. We'll see you back in 15 minutes for pregnancy and delivery.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much.